All right, guys. Hopefully everyone's doing good. Everyone can hear me all right. Got James, the Caller Kid, in the house today. How's it going, James?
I'm tired.
I feel that. I laid down for like 5 minutes, and I was like, I cannot shut my eyes too long or I'll be passed out. So
yeah, I almost did that earlier.
anyways, I'm trying to stream off of Rumble right now. So if anyone's in Rumble, hopefully everyone's doing good over there. I can't really see what's going on too much over there. It says we're live and stuff, so we'll see how that goes. But got a couple things to show, of course. So see everyone in chat. Hopefully everyone's doing good out there. We'll be throwing the link out here in a little bit to show for everyone to come on and to talk about whatever you want, but pretty much to showcase evidence and stuff you can actually share. You should, if you're on your computer anyways, you'll have a button to be able to share. And if you have quick files and stuff, you're able to showcase evidence. We definitely want to see that and check that out. Of course, so as the last stream was going, James was looking at some audio and stuff, and you were actually picking up some stuff live and were giving us updates and stuff. And you kind of put together a video for us.
Yeah, a lot of. I got like 3 or 4 knocks that you can hear if you like listen very like closely, but I don't think the audience is going to be able to hear it because you kind of have to enhance it to a point that it's like almost staticky for other people to hear it. But there are some that you're able to hear without like enhancing it like tenfold, you know. But yeah, 2 or 3 of them were like really far in the distance, and I'm just like able to hear them with my headphones.
Yeah, so, and same with mine and stuff too. Same it's the same problem, on different devices, and typically we're plugged into a computer and we also have headphones, so that also helps to crank up the volume when you're listening to some of the audio and you're finding audio too. So on some of the stuff that we'll show, it definitely helps to have headphones, and even if we enhance it and stuff, because you can only enhance it so much before it deteriorates the sound quality overall. So there's kind of a balance there. I'm doing a bunch of things at the moment and stuff. So I'm just trying to, but I do got a couple things to show actually. So because we're mostly going to be showing some evidence and stuff, and be showing some stuff from the 168. Of course, other people can welcome to drop by, but I'm trying to take a peek on Rumble, make sure everything's okay. The way I have it set up and streaming and live streaming off Rumble, I can't actually check off my computer. But it did say it was going. So yeah, I do have the video that just dropped was my Dogman encounter, and it was very fast paced. Kind of just talk about the encounter, and then that's it. I might have a longer video come out in another month or two, talking a little bit more about the situation and stuff, and try to ponder what was the creature doing. I kind of alluded to that in the video. So if you guys haven't watched that, make sure you guys check that out. My very own Dogman encounter, of course, which happened back in the October 7th, 2020. All right. And that was pretty sweet, honestly. And that made me a believer of these Dogman creatures. And, I thought they were misidentified Sasquatch with baboon face or elongated face, or, they were on all fours, spider crawling away. And you would misidentify them as this Dogman creature. But firsthand witness to it, there are these things out there. And what I seen wasn't steroided out werewolf style. It was a normal wolf, big wolf that got up and ran swiftly like a person would. And it's very odd. And it's something, when we're encountering Bigfoot stuff, it is in the back of my head, and I have to kind of remind myself, oh yeah, there could be these other things out here, and not just a 1,000-pound hairy Sasquatch, but you have these wolves that stand up, and of course the stickman creatures. You have an encounter where you've seen some super skinny humanoid arm reach out, and so there's these things out there, not just huge bulking Bigfoots, but other things. You got that? Do you want to show the video first?
I'll let you get situated first.
All right. Should be it. Should be good. I'm checking last little things too. And then I'll play some stuff. But yeah, so got some videos coming out shortly. I was going to try to pump a little bit more out, but got a short videos coming out. Got some 10-minute, 15-minute videos, stuff like that. I do have some longer stuff still in the works. All right, so we're going to take a look at some eye shine that was at camp up at the UP a couple years back when we had our expedition up there after our first Michigan Bigfoot conference. This was with Robert Kreider was there. Of course, Adam Davies was there, but he wasn't at this spot. She Squatchers were there. Of course, all the Lost Cryptids, former Lost Cryptids and stuff were there.
Jason Kenzie.
Jason Kenzie. That's who I was forgetting. I was thinking, I'm forgetting someone. Jason Kenzie. Yes. The man who me and him had that very close encounter, actually. And I think we actually possibly maybe picked up some new eye shine from that video. You guys have to wait and see, or you guys can try to sneak peek and just rewatch it and scout it. But here's some eye shine that was picked up close to the camp, close to the one side of the camp, and we were all staged up and hearing stuff actually around the camp.
Mouse, like no, I'm not joking. It could be a rodent, you know,
smaller creature.
Maybe, but
okay, so let me play that again because I think our Rumble people didn't see that, so let me try to do that again.
Mouse, like no, I'm not joking. It could be a rodent, you know,
smaller creature.
Maybe, but
all right, so if you guys, it's pretty easy to see the eye shine right there, and it moves a little bit as I move, and of course we hear something off in the distance, and I turn rapidly, and the camera jiggles around, and you don't really see it. I don't turn to that anymore, so. All right, looks like they are two watching over there right now. They are able to see it and stuff. Hopefully they could hear it, everything all right. I'm not able to, for some reason, I'm not able to get onto my phone and get to where it's live over there and check everything, which is really odd. But that is all right. Oh, here we go. And all right, so if anyone's in Rumble, make sure, can you guys give me a comment, see if you can hear me and stuff. I will monitor that on that side. That's kind of why it was taking a little longer to get set up and stuff. All right, so there's some eye shine right there. Of course, we went around years before that, me and you. It's kind of funny. Me and you had this instance not too far from the area where last weekend we had very similar stuff happen to us. So here's a throwback a couple years ago of what kind of happened again, except for in this video, a rock was thrown, and what happened to us last weekend was something, a tree smashed over or something smashed into the tree. But it's kind of comical because it's kind of very similar instances and how we respond.
Well, there's a big pile of mess. They could have flipped around and stuff. Yeah. Well, there's a big pile of mess. They could have flipped around and stuff. Yeah. Well, there's a big pile of mess. They could have flipped around and stuff. Yeah.
We weren't as startled in that one. The knock is actually might be a little hard for you guys to hear, but it was further away, and of course we turn and walk towards it, and it leads into escalation of vocals and rock throwing in this video right here. Which I thought it was that one, but I guess I don't have that one loaded up. I guess I don't have the rock one loaded up, ready to go. I thought it might be in one of these other clips, but that is okay. I've seen it a few times. Huh. All right, so we're going to show some of the tracks. Or we're actually going to show some of the knocks that we got last weekend, and then we're going to show your video. And then we're going to show some tracks and stuff. We're going to put the link in the live chat to have other people show off some of their stuff, or if they want to talk about whatever, it's all right. Talk about whatever. So let me get this ready to go. Now, I don't. Gotta check something real quick. Sorry about the above the weight and stuff, but trying to make sure everything's okay, and I also want to make sure everything on my screen is not being shown onto Rumble, because I don't want some obviously things on my computer to be shown over there, but it's not too bad. It's just names of files and stuff like that. I think we're good. I hope we're good. I think we're good. All right, let me all right, so we got these ones right here. And I do have the video of us. Let me remove that real quick. I do have the video of us just after the big crash sound. So get this off here. All right, so we're going to play this. The sound might be a little... The sound you might not be able to hear if you have headphones. Amplify them. And then I'm going to amplify this the way I did it for the longer video I'm going to be posting. So hopefully you guys will be hearing that after that, and then we'll play James. So these knocks happened. These are 36 knocks that happened. There's one that's not included in this one that will be included in the bigger video. And basically, I heard the first knock and I went over there, and it's between 300 and 600 yards away, depending on actually how far it was, because I did the measurement and it's not 300 yards. It's more like 600 yards. So in between there, depending on how far away it was, all these knocks happened 2 hours about after that. Do the full screen layout. Hopefully you guys can see. Might be hard to see some of these ones that are at the beginning, but towards the end, they'll definitely be easy to see and hear. Hopefully for you guys. And then right here is a small whoop. Of course, then the knock. All right, so that's just how it is. That's normal. It's not enhanced or anything. So yeah, it's probably a little hard for you guys to hear, especially if you guys don't have headphones. At the very least, you need headphones to be turned up to be able to notice that. But you can see it's a good representation and stuff. So that's what we caught 2 weeks ago, and what's led us last weekend to have James and me camp out there for Friday and stuff. And we set up all our audio recorders and stuff. And James was a lucky guy. He caught a few things and stuff. I caught 2 knocks over by me, and you caught a couple things over by you. And overnight and stuff, I'm breaking twigs and stuff. So I have a couple. I built my fire and I stacked up with small little twigs about the size of my fingers and thumbs and stuff, so I can pretty much just lay down, grab, break, throw it into the hole, into the fire, and call it good. So me and you were kind of talking about this. The knocks that you were getting are not me breaking the twigs and stuff, which happens throughout the night, actually.
Most likely not, yeah.
No, because I do
just
it
because the
more.
distance, how far you were, and the mic wasn't even facing like towards you, so I don't think so.
And yeah, I do it, throughout the night, so more than a dozen times easily. And so I actually have some that are breaking, and then all of a sudden there's this you hear breaking and stuff, and all of a sudden there's tree knocks, and it actually is much different than what I've been doing. So I don't know. That was around, I think I said
2:30.
2:30, yeah, 2:30.
So what, you were breaking sticks for the fire, and you didn't hear them though? Your recorder picked them up?
So yeah, I'm breaking sticks and for the fire because I'm wrapped up in my sandwich. So I'm breaking sticks, throwing them in the fire to get it warmed up, and I'm covering back up and I'm going to sleep. And then I wake up, throw more sticks in the fire. So I'm guessing that the reason why I didn't hear it is because I was shuffling around, and it sounds like a garbage bag or a trash bag, when you're shuffling and moving around. So like I'm inside that. I don't really hear anything. I'm really glad the recorder doesn't hear me shuffling around at all, which I was kind of worried about. That's why I moved it farther away from the camp. But it does pick up the twigs and their signature. They're small, and then you have this double tap when it sounds like a small knock, and then like it breaks or something. It hits and hits louder.
So you had your recorder right up against the swamp. So did it come from the other side of where do you think it came from?
That's what I'm guessing. Is towards the swamp or away from me?
You know what I'm talking about, like to the across that area, into that,
to like an island or something.
No, not the island. I'm talking about like on the land.
It was on the other side of me.
Okay.
Like if I was facing you, it would have been on the left of me, behind me.
I got it.
So I'll show that and stuff. We'll show your stuff first because you caught a more than that, and this happened at about 2:30. And it looks signature. If you look at the spectrogram, it looks much different than the snaps and twigs that I've been doing all night long. In fact, and the fact that I was just laying there, grabbing these little sticks, breaking them, and not getting up and moving around either. I was just gonna say, if you want to send the file, we'll show yours right now. Do you want to give a little info before we start playing this? Like what are we listening for?
Well, once you start playing it, I'll let you know. It's hard.
It's all right. There you go.
So that's a snort or something breathing. I can't tell. So I play the original audio first, and then I play the enhanced audio afterwards, just so you know how quiet it is.
Okay.
And this is a different clip. It's about 20 minutes after that one I just played. And it's almost the exact same. Yeah, so I don't have no idea what that is.
It does kind of sound like a deer now.
I hope it's a deer.
Now that you enhanced it and stuff, yeah, I think that's what we're hearing is a deer.
I
what do
really
you guys
hope...
think of the comments? Play it again. Play it again for what do you guys think?
Both clips or
the enhanced version?
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it sounds like to me. You know,
I really hope
like
it is a deer. It would make sense though, because there were deer out in that area.
Yeah, we've seen some deer out there that night, and there's lots of tracks, lots of crap.
Yeah.
All right, so you also have the knocks.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one this is.
Did you stop it or did I stop it?
I stopped it. Someone said deer close to the recorder, investigating it. I had the recorder on top of my car, so that's why I wasn't sure if it was a deer or not, because I don't know the measure of my car, but I have a sedan hatchback, so it's kind of a small car. But yeah, it was just on the roof of my car. So if it was a deer, it was a big deer. And when I was listening to it, it sounded like it was like right next to the recorder, so that's why it was like spooked me a little bit. I was like, "What the heck is this? I've never heard that ever."
Yeah, upon further investigation, I think it's a deer. It reminds me of a deer. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's something else.
I hope so.
Well, when you enhance it and stuff, it definitely gives it that sound of. It is very similar to what a deer do, and it's pretty simplified answer. You know, if you want the most simplified answer, it's most likely a deer. So.
Okay, I forgot what the next one is. It's either, well, I guess we'll find out. Okay, that's the first knock. So most of these knocks are like an hour and like 40 minutes into whenever I started the recorder, which is interesting because that's right around midnight, like 12,
Mm-hmm.
12:30 time. If I started at 11, I don't remember. I don't have any recollection of when I started. I was too tired to say what time it was.
Oh yeah, and it's exactly why it's needed, because we're trying to compare notes and line up stuff. But so you think it's 11 and stuff. So you said it's about 2 hours after that, so midnight, or
Yeah,
an hour
pretty
after
much.
that. Okay, so
Midnight, 12:30 area.
Okay, so at my midnight 12:30 area, I got me doing something at what time is it? But see,
Also,
and even so at 12:15-ish, I snap one.
do you know
But
when
it's not that loud.
Do you know when you get back to camp? Like, do you have a time of that?
Well, I set my recorder out. It was 10:02. I set the time when I turned it on, and I started.
No, I'm asking like when,
and then
like when you walked me to my car and then you walked back. Do you know like what time you went back?
I don't hear myself walk
Ah.
walk back.
Do you hear us walk out at least?
I haven't gone through it enough to analyze the voices and stuff. I've looked for sound signatures that look like Bigfoot, which I didn't find any. I found a lot of coyotes, and then of course wood knocks. So no, I haven't looked at that. But I do by scanning real quick at the when I start breaking stuff.
Yeah, Marshall Martin, I slept in my car that night because when I got there it was like 8 o'clock at night, which was like almost complete darkness, and I didn't feel like setting up a tent in that area at that time. So I was like, I'm gonna sleep in my car. Blake said he got a bunch of knocks. I was like, might as well give it a shot. And very uncomfortable. But I got knocks, so I guess it worked out.
All right, so like at 12:30 and stuff or whatever, I don't hear anything, and before that and stuff, I'm doing some twig breaking, but like the sound signature matches exactly what happens like in about 20 minutes after you start your recorder. So if you don't get nothing 20 minutes after your recorder starts, or 10 minutes after, and you don't have a bunch of them, like I do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 of them before 12:30, and you don't hear any of that. So
no.
Why would you hear this particular one that's close to 12:30, but you don't hear any of the other ones beforehand? So that makes me think that, what you're hearing, the knocks, is not me.
Yeah.
Because it's not loud enough, and everything around that time frame. I mean, you don't hear anything before that, right? No knocks before that?
No. Everything that I'm showing is what I've found in the entire recording. I didn't like listen to the whole thing. I looked through like little sound things, but I think if I actually like listen through the whole thing, I might find more, but it's very tedious.
It is. It really is. It's definitely a couple hours worth spending on it, plus more. So yeah, from my end, I don't catch that. I don't catch a knock or anything, but I do have myself breaking twigs, well before this happened. So your recorder was going, it should be picking it up, but it doesn't pick up that. It picks up the knocks that you hear. My recorder doesn't pick up the knocks that you hear. And then my recorder at 2:30, I think we said, It's 4 hours and 30 minutes after, so it's 2:30 a.m. I get the knock just after I break some twigs, and of course your recorder had died at that point.
That's it. Hold on. Marshall Martin said it sounded like two rocks being smashed together, which it kind of does. Oh. I was just playing it again to see if that was what it sounded like.
Play it again. Play it 5 more times.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here. Oh. I'm disoriented.
That's all right. Definitely sounded maybe a rock clack. I mean, and then it's definitely a knock, or it's maybe it's rocks clacking together. You know, it's definitely a sound that is not normally heard out in the middle of the woods after dark.
Yeah.
You know, and it definitely sounds like something that I would say takes 2 hands to do. You know, there's not much else that, especially from the dozens of knocks that happened the week before this. What happened this night with these knocks, and then what happened the next day with us, you know, I definitely leaning towards Bigfoot activity. It's definitely adding together, and we're showing it and stuff. And of course, you know, the huff and stuff sounds like a deer. So it's good that we're able to dismiss that and come to a better conclusion when we actually investigate it, enhance it and stuff, you know, instead of saying everything's Bigfoot, you know. It's just because it sounds weird and stuff. You got to keep going at it and looking at it, and then eventually, you know, you might actually find the key piece of the puzzle. It sounds like a deer. It sounds a little bit better because we amplified it a bit better. Was there anything else that you caught the rest of that night?
Yeah, the whole rest of the video.
I want you to like explain it, like, you know, what what are we about to listen to next?
I don't remember.
I guess we'll have to listen to it.
I'm guessing they're just like knocks in the distance. I'm not sure if people will be able to hear it, but I think there's like 1 or 2 more.
All right.
I think. Yeah, that's a knock. You can barely hear it though. Did you hear it?
That one was really hard to hear, especially then, even on the enhanced.
Yeah, it was really quiet. Like, I'm very surprised I even caught it. So
I do hear something. I do hear what you're talking about, though. But it is out in the distance, or it's.
Yeah, I can play it one more time.
Yeah, play it one more time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else? What else we got?
I think this. I don't remember. Hold on. Oh, this is a double knock.
That first one was a lot easier to hear than that second one, but you can hear
Oh,
that.
really?
For me, anyways, every device is different.
Yeah.
For
So,
me,
so the
yeah.
first clip was the original. The second clip was increased it by 10 decibels, and then the third clip is increased by 18, I think, decibels.
I meant I heard the first knock a lot.
Oh, I got it.
Better.
Sorry. Yeah. The first one's easier to hear.
That's a really good catch that you're actually able to catch all these and hear these, especially in the background like that too. It's not easy.
It takes a lot of concentration.
It does, and it takes a lot of time to do all this too, and put it together. And it's not, because you recorded. I think you only recorded 3 hours and stuff, which is,
Yeah, my
but still,
recorder died.
you're listening to it all. Then you have to put it together.
Well, I didn't listen to it all. It kind of, well,
you skimmed through it.
I looked through areas that didn't look like static and nothing was going on. There was a lot of bird calls and coyotes and owls that you had to comb through.
Yes, there definitely was. All throughout the night, there was a pack of coyotes circling. So there might be even more stuff on there, is what you're kind of saying.
Yeah. But
haven't
if there is, it's
100%
probably like the few I was showing that it's like really inaudible unless you like enhance it like a lot.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you fixed it. There you go.
Oh, well, I had it full screen so people could see the
okay.
spectrograph
Yeah.
and stuff. And so it's, either they want to see us or you want to see the spectrogram. And so, but I'll show us some stuff right now. It might be easier to explain. All right, so let's keep going. We got a couple more knocks, and then we're going to, I'll show you the double knock that I got during this same night. And then me breaking twigs and stuff to show, well, you're not picking them up. And then all of a sudden you start picking up tree knocks and stuff. So it's not me that you're picking up. And then we can compare the breaking of the twigs to this tree knock that I got. And then we can we'll show the video of what happened the following day. And then we got a couple more clips. We'll throw out the link, and then we'll show out some stuff from some of the 168 stuff, some other stuff I got lined up, some footprints, eye shine stuff.
All right, I think I know what this one is. So if it is what I think it is, I'm going to skip over it and go to the enhanced one. I just put this in here. It's really hard to hear the original, and it's like a long clip.
All right. Let's full screen this.
All right, I lied. It was a knock. But it's really hard to hear that one too.
Well, that's just the name of the game, you know. If it's not right next to the recorder and it's way out there and you're still picking it up, you know, we want to show you guys, even though it's hard and you guys might not even hear it. You know, we are getting stuff. It is there.
Yeah, if I used my better recorder, I might have been able to pick up them clear, but I didn't feel like putting $100 recorder on top of my car would be a great idea. So I put the $20 one I had on top of my car.
I mean, you know, especially when it got the freezing and stuff, you know, you pay for the stuff. You don't want to break them, especially if you haven't used it that much either.
Well, yeah, but if someone came by and, you know, saw it on top of my car, they might take it too. So didn't want to risk that. Yeah.
You never know. Sketchy people.
Yeah, so let me play that one again. You might be able to hear it. Well, this one's actually worse than the last one, but
it's kind of hard to hear.
It's wood on wood, but
it sounds like it sounds like a clock. I hear a tick, you know.
Yeah.
So I know you picked up something.
I don't know how far away it is, but yeah, it's something.
I would assume it's pretty far away compared to the other knocks that you heard.
Yeah. And this is coyotes, but there's something weird in there that I'm not sure if it's just like their tone or not, but I'm gonna skip over the original because it's a little longer, and I'm gonna go right to the enhanced one after I make sure it is.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Pretty nice. That might be a way to match up our timelines and stuff because I'm pretty sure I recorded those coyotes going off.
Yeah, in the beginning of that clip, it sounded like a little weird, but I'm not sure if that's just them. That's how they do that, or
the first one that calls off and stuff. Yeah, usually they have a. I think I have the exact same one recorded.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounded like it was out in that open area over by the what's it called?
What time do you think that was?
11, 12, 1:30-ish, I'm guessing.
1:30-ish, huh?
1:30, 2 o'clock, maybe.
Yeah, I see it. Right about here. About 1:13:40. Looks like those could be geese, I guess. Oh, no, I think these are coyotes. I can't hear. Yep, those are coyotes. So that happened at 1:13:50. I got that pet going off, so we can match that up exactly, and then so yeah, the timeline's not too bad. So yeah, I don't pick up the knock that you got.
Okay.
At all. All right, so what's the last couple things you got? Let's roll through this.
Yeah, I just have one more. I want to play this one more time, see if you can hear what I'm talking about in the beginning.
All right.
Is that just how they sound?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is
It sounded like a little eerie, so that's why I was wondering.
It's actually a really good example. Let that rest that play. Yeah, it's pretty normal coyote stuff. And that beginning of the coyote call, like that is usually the leader or sometimes females calling for other members and stuff. All right. So let me get. And that was all of it, right?
Someone said no. I have one more, but someone just said
okay.
at the end almost sounds like someone talking.
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't remember hearing that, but maybe. Here, let me. I do have one more knock after this. It's pretty quick, but yeah. I'll have to review that later.
It didn't play right.
You want me to play the whole clip? It said at the end.
Did it play the tree knock?
Oh no.
Yeah, I hear that. I heard that one. That was a lot louder than the last couple.
Yeah, it was the last one I got.
Which could mean that either it's smacking the tree harder or it's closer in distance to you in the recorder than the other ones.
I didn't think about that, but yeah.
Because the first knocks, the dozens of knocks that I showed at the beginning, you can see how some of them are softer in sound and some of them are really loud, are able to be seen better on the spectrogram and stuff, showing that the distance is closer, or the knocks have become louder, more powerful. Awesome. And I didn't pick up any of those, actually. It's pretty interesting, which makes me think, it was closer over by you or all the way behind you, possibly.
Maybe. I had the recorder facing the not towards you, but on the other side of the road, where there's like actual woods over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's what I'm guessing. Everything besides maybe the coyotes came from the other side of the road, and yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Over where those bike trails are at.
So right here is the coyotes on the screen. All this.
Okay.
Well, not that. Right here.
Well, I don't hear anything.
Oh, that might be. I think there's a geese playing. I might have jumped around. I think I jumped around on the spot, but I had the coyotes lined up. Hopefully you guys can hear stuff. Plus, this is not enhanced or anything, so it might be a little hard. I'm going to jump around to where I heard the knock because I don't hear anything. And I'll show you guys. There's a lot of waterfowl and bird vocals throughout this, and animals from raccoons and coyotes, geese, sandhill crane. There are some other waterfowls in there, ducks, and some others that I can't identify. So, like right here and stuff, there is. There's also a raccoon. Remember, I said was fighting around there. He actually walks around the recorder a couple times, and it almost sounds and looks the same signature as tree knocks or me breaking the twigs. I'm trying to find an example. So, like right here. So right here is me breaking some twigs. And so this happened at 11:27 p.m. So your recorder was going at this time. That's why I asked you if you got a double knock.
I got it.
25 minutes after. So I'm going to try to enhance this real quick for everyone by doing a couple things real quick. Just so you guys can try to hear the sound of, it sounds like, breaking of snapping of twigs and stuff.
Oh, okay. I know what that guy was talking about now. He said at the end, it almost sounds like someone talking, and that was on that wood knock I got. I got this like weird, like, whoa.
I was gonna say one of them. I forgot to mention that.
I don't know if it was like a frog or some type of insect.
You didn't say anything about it, didn't I?
Yeah. I do remember that. I don't know. I kind of just. I don't think it's anything. Is what I'm saying.
Could be something. Could be nothing. It's hard to say.
I'm pretty sure I was pretty close to that swamp, so. I'm thinking
it's just frogs, it's not good enough. It's just not good enough that even if it was something, it's just not good enough to say that it's it's Bigfoot and stuff. But
yeah,
if it was closer, it was we'll keep going out there and stuff. We'll keep going out there, and it's bound to happen. So we do it once, do it twice, do it 3 times. All right. So hopefully this doesn't blast your guys' ears off, but I warned you. Hopefully on your devices, if you're not able to hear on some of the stuff, maybe you'll hear a little bit better on this. All right, here we go. And that's us talking right here.
What are these knocks or?
No, these are me snapping.
Oh, okay.
I've enhanced this and amplified this.
I was asking because I don't know what I'm hearing.
Right. So that's we're at the camp. This is so your recorder's not going at this point. That's what I'm guessing because since we're talking, actually now.
Oh yeah.
So your recorder probably started out a little bit after 11 then. All right, so that's what when you enhance and stuff, maybe you guys can hear it a bit better. Try to find another twig snap real quick. Here's some more right here. Can't really hear that, right?
I can kind of hear it, but
all right, so you can kind of hear that, but so big difference between when you enhance it and when you are listening to it normally. So let's go over to 4 hours and 30 minutes, 36 minutes to this right here. All right, so before this happens, a couple minutes before this happens, you have me breaking some twigs right here. And then we'll go over here. So those are the sounds of me snapping the twigs like I've been doing all night. And then here is suspected possible tree knock, double knock. Now I'll go ahead and enhance that right now. Are you able to hear that?
Can you play it again?
Yeah.
No.
All right, so if you look at the signature and stuff, the first one, you can tell that is it doesn't go in the high of the frequency range as the other ones. It almost makes me think that it was a softer hit than these other ones, because we'll scroll over here. It's a lot easier if I just do this than just skip around too much. Compared to these, how these stretch up all the way, stretch up all the way, and stretch up all the way. You can even see fragments. These are still a lot bigger than that other one. And if you look throughout most of these, most of the signatures are a little bit longer than what this is. But let's enhance it. Let's enhance it real quick. Go over here to the filters, or go over to the low pass filter, which does everything above. And we want to make sure that we cut out everything, but don't cut out the sound. Now that we've done that, let's amplify the sound. I usually go 6.5 at a time, and I do it 3 or 4 times. That's once. That's twice. That's 3 times. All right, now we can see changes it differently because you're amplifying it, but let's play it.
Okay, I can hear it now.
We'll amplify it one more time. Oh, I gotta select it first. All right. So, how does that sound? Does that sound different than the twig snaps that I will enhance over here? I jumped too far. So we're going to enhance these to compare these snaps to that to try to figure out if they're similar, if they're different, if they sound any different. So I am under the impression that they are different, that these are me breaking the snapping of little twigs here, and then that was a knock that I just didn't hear because I'm wrapped up in my little sandwich of tarps and everything else. Which I guess I'm kind of glad, because if I was out there and I heard it, I don't think I'd be able to sleep as good that night as I did. I actually slept kind of good. It got a little cold, but I slept pretty good. So. See now in this one, I should have probably done 12,000 instead of 10,000, because the knock actually, or the twig snap, is actually all the way up there, but I think we'll be okay to get away with it because it does interfere with the actual upper frequency of the knock. You go 6.5 at a time, or you go 6.5 times 4. Just do the whole number. But it's easier to go 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay, so those are about what I've sounded like all night. I would say probably average. See, when I skip around too much, now let's listen to this. So you think they'll sound similar? You think they'll sound different? You think those are twig snaps? You think those are knocks? What do you think, James? Are you able to hear it?
They're still pretty quiet.
All right. I can enhance these ones a bit more. Amplify it one more time so they're all amplified times 4. Those are the twig snaps that I'm doing at the fire. And these are, about finger width, thumb length twigs that I'm able to just snap with my hands. And then here, supposedly, I think are knocks.
Can you play something that's not those, like coyotes or something, just to make sure that I'm not hearing anything? So.
Is anyone in chat hearing stuff? It should be set up from last time. I didn't change anything. Can we get someone in the chat to let us know? It might be on my end. Oh, wait. It might be on my end. Give me a second. Let me just restart it just to make sure I have it correctly.
0.1 out of 10.
Does that actually mean you're hearing it, though? Because we actually need to know.
I think I'm hearing it coming out of your mic. I think that's what I'm hearing. Because I hear it like after it plays. So I'm thinking that's what it is.
Okay. Right. Okay. So now I have it set up to where you should be able to hear it because I can't do it on that. Those in Rumble, I don't think you're going to be able to see this. You should be able to hear it though. Okay. Let me go over here. Go over here. Now let's try to play this.
I hear it. That's way better now. Okay, holy crap.
Probably because no one was hearing anything. Oh man, that's
I
hilarious.
thought it was just like really quiet.
My apologies. You know, sometimes that's why we need people in the chat to be like, "Hey, we don't hear nothing." Or sometimes it's Audacity, sometimes it's me, sometimes it's just StreamYard. Okay, so let's try to play these first, and then we'll play the other knocks. We were able to hear those now?
Yes.
All right. Good. Someone out there is having their eardrums blown off right now.
No, it wasn't that loud. I had my headset at like 40% volume, so
okay, that's not good. That's pretty good.
I mean, if they have their phone at 100%, maybe.
All right, let's listen to this. Let me fix this real quick on StreamYard so the Rumble people can at least see the screen.
Are you saying both of those are knocks or just the first one?
Both. So let's listen to this, then we'll go play those other ones.
Robert said he thought it was just him not being able to hear anything, but now he hears it.
That's my bad, people. It's because some of the stuff is quiet. Like, I mean,
yeah, that's why I was like maybe I'm not.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, it's like, well, I know the stuff unenhanced and everything is quiet, but I was hoping someone out there would hear it. But let's listen to this. All right, so what do you think side by side? Because I'll play some more unenhanced ones, I guess.
Pyromedic wants to know how far from the recorder you think it I guess you are, and I guess where the sound came from. How far? If you give like an estimate.
No idea, honestly. From
you were probably like a couple hundred feet, probably.
From my recorder, I was 20 to 30 yards. Not farther than that. So the knocks and stuff, I don't know.
Oh yeah, because then you moved it. Yeah.
Close enough that they got picked up on my recorder, and they weren't loud enough for him to get picked up. Well, your recorder was off at the time, That's what we think. I don't know. 100 yards, 200 yards, maybe not much farther than that, because I didn't really hear it, even though I was moving around in my tarp and stuff. I didn't hear it, so I don't know. It's hard to say. By the judge of it and stuff, it's a little bit louder than the twig breaking that I'm doing, so I would have to say it's enhanced now, but without it, I would have to say, it was pretty loud, but it was probably, I would say 100 yards away. It was probably on an island, maybe. It might have been in the swamp. It could have been, I don't think it was close, like right up next to me and stuff, further than 60 feet or 60 yards away from me and the recorder. So, because if it was on the other side of me and I was in the middle and the recorder was on the other side, I'm pretty sure I would have heard it. So it would have been closer to the recorder on that side of me or south of me. It's just hard to say. These are all guesstimations and stuff. Of course, I don't have an exact answer. Check the sometimes never assume everything's working over here, because sometimes StreamYard has over the years has done its fair share of glitching and stuff. So all right, so let's play some coyote sounds, I guess. You guys want to hear some of that? Here's a good example right here. If I can stop skipping around, I'll zoom in a bit more for these. Yeah, you can't even hear those. I guess I'll just enhance it real quick.
Well, I could hear it, but it was pretty quiet.
It was pretty quiet for me, although I might not have my headphones all the way up. You guys hear that one better?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, those were the. This is the first knock, right there, and then this is a call right here. So this one is really hard to hear the knock. You can hear the call a lot better.
I was just about to say that.
But this is what alerted me to, go over there. And then we have 3 dozen knocks that happened. 37 that happened that night, but 3 dozen that happened within 2 hour and 45 p.m. And these ones are loud too. These ones happens right here.
Are these enhanced or are they original?
These are original. This is my car is on. It's idling right here. So that's why this looks like this. These are not enhanced. These are original.
I did hear these earlier when you played it, but when
that's because that was on a file and not a share screen.
I got it.
I do have the enhanced versions right here all ready to go. So we're going to play these. Some of them might not be able to see because they are enhanced and now they're kind of blending into the background. But for the most part, you can see, like right here, they're kind of hard to see. But right here is a call and then a knock. And then you have a triple knock that happened, and then a double knock at the end, which I thought was pretty sweet. Let's take a listen to this, and then we're going to play the video clip for us. We're going to throw the link in chat. We got a couple other stuff to show. Other people can jump on, show some stuff, and all that. Sorry, it's taking a little longer than I was thinking. I thought we were going to blow through some of this stuff a little faster, but that's all right. Let's take a listen to these enhanced. These are the 36 knocks that were captured. After I heard the first knock, I went to this area. I waited 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I didn't hear nothing. I go back to the car, and within 29 minutes, the first 4 knocks happen. They're 1, 2, 3, 4. They're kind of hard to see and stuff. But these are farther away from the recorder. And then, of course, you can see where they get picked up. They get louder, of course, because it's moving closer to the recorder. And then you see it. Some of them move away from the recorder. They get softer and stuff. And then it moves back up to the recorder. Why is it doing that? These ones are pretty loud. And this section coming up right here is the car section. So I didn't actually amplify them. And you might not be able to hear it. Because the car is on, I can't really amplify it more. And so those ones kind of got mixed into the background, unfortunately. You can see those ones right there, those 3. But they're not really easy able to be heard when you amplify it. One right there. Yeah, this was annoying me right there. I don't know why this is going to go away. All right, let's remove that. How was that? You able to hear that a bit better in chat? Hopefully.
I heard it.
Figures.
Yeah, your audio was getting a little distorted, but it's not like
my audio or
yeah, like your microphone.
Oh, I don't care about that. As long as the audio recording wasn't, then it's fine. Were you able to hear those knocks, especially the louder ones?
Yeah, I could.
What about in chat? Because I guess they're the only people that matters. You know, we're trying to present the evidence to you. Blue Northern says, yes, really good on her end, which is really nice to hear. Because on different devices and phones and computers and different setups, man, it's kind of a headache to, like, I hear it really good and, like, I want to show it to you. And then when I listen to it off my phone, it's like, man, this is such crap. And it's hard to get it to where, you know, you guys can hear it. And instead of, you know, saying, oh, well, you know, you're full of shit, you're just hearing whatever. But you guys can see it clearly on the spectrogram, at least. So even if you can't really hear them that good, you can see them and the signatures, and they're different, especially the triple knock. I should probably go back to that real quick. On the unenhanced one, so here we have the vocalization knock. We have this knock, this triple knock right here. And we can look at them a bit better. Although it's going to be distorting a little bit because we're you know, zooming in. If you look at the signatures of them, they do slightly look different. You can see in the middle that the first line is not as dense in color as these other ones are. In my opinion, a softer tap, a softer knock than these other ones. Slightly, just slightly. Right there, you can see they're different setups. They're different sound makeups right there, which does show a little bit of variation. If these were gunshots, they would all ring. First of all, the guy is shooting down. He's a crap shot, and he's shot 36 times and doesn't hit anything, right? You know, what's he shooting out there? But the gunshots are incredibly different. They're not the same signature gunshots, consistent throughout the whole night, right? Gunshots would be very consistent, especially when he's racking 2 of them off or 3 of them off. And how fast is he able to move through the woods? Was he running and gunning at the same time? Very highly illegal if he was. In my opinion, it's not gunshots at all. We were out there. Didn't hear no gunshots like that. I actually have audio a couple weeks back and stuff of some knocks that we showed, and I do have some audio that I don't have ready of gunshots and stuff also to compare, but it's another time. So yes, that are the 36 knocks, 3 dozen knocks, plus the one from earlier, so it's actually 37. Hopefully you guys are impressed. You know, this is what we try to actually strive to bring is actual evidence to you guys. You know, it's not just stories. We're not up here telling stories and having people on to tell their encounters. We're actually go out there and figure out what happens and find evidence. All right, so I'm going to post a link in chat. If other people have evidence on their computer, you can present it. There's a little share file and present wood knocks, share videos and footage or evidence that you guys want to show off and stuff. Or if you want to come on and talk about whatever, that is fine. I'm about to get up. I'm about to show some other video of us. Let's see if I can get the right video real quick. Oh, yes. I don't want to play that. I'm going to play this one over here. All right. All right, so this... It wasn't windy. All right, so this happened just the following day after me and James were out there, and I guess we got some knocks on James's end. We got potential 2 knocks on my end. The next day, we went out and exploring the forest and trying to just find evidence, find anything, potentially have anything happen, and then pretty much at the end, we were kind of about ready to turn around and go back. All of a sudden, we heard this massive crashing sound, and then I wasn't recording, I wasn't videotaping. I kick myself in the foot all the time for that. Very quickly, I flip on the recorder and start filming. About the GoPro turns on 1 minute and 30 seconds after we hear the initial crash. So that's what this is.
No, it wasn't.
All right, James, what did you hear? What just happened?
So we just came from the swamp, and we came out to the trail that we came back last year in the summer. It's where these rocks were. I was saying how this tree wasn't here before, and I was like, no, well, maybe it was. I was like, we should head back towards the road, because right as we're about to turn around, a huge thud happened back there. I don't know if it was like a massive tree. It scared the crap out of us.
It was loud. So we're gonna walk over there, because why not? We actually we're turning around to walk the other way. Let's go this way. And when we started walking that way, I mean, it was so loud. That was loud.
Yeah.
And it sounded like it had some hefty beef to it.
There's no houses out here, at least for like a mile or 2.
Yeah, there's no one right here. We're going to
No wind wouldn't happen.
yeah. So we just started recording. This happened literally like 3 minutes ago. 3 minutes ago, this just happened. So we are gonna walk over to where we suspect the spot was, and I don't know.
That's new.
Yeah, someone. Yeah, man, it was loud. Man, I'm kind of amped up. I mean, it had to have happened somewhere.
This is where we were last time we heard stuff happening around us too, I think.
I'm so glad you were here with me when that happened, James. I'm glad you were here to witness that. Man, it ain't really much farther than right here up to the hill.
There's a pine tree up there.
Think on the left side, right side? And we're just looking everywhere, trying to spot anything.
You guys have to wait for more. What happens next? Obviously, we come back. We're alive. We kind of already told you what happened last week, but you guys can watch and stuff. Got a little footage for you coming out. Don't want to say when, but it's coming out. We got some clips and stuff for you. Going back to that day, James. What are you thinking and stuff? Especially because you can see everything. Like there's no green. Like you can see through the woods pretty easily, and that's why we're taking it slow, or kind of nervous, and we're looking because it's like we can see pretty far away, and yet we don't see nothing running. We don't hear nothing.
Yep. I don't know.
It's one of those things, man.
I was gonna say it's possible it's on the other side that we weren't looking, but I don't think so. The noise came from where that pine tree was. I'm pretty sure it could have been farther. I'm not sure, but we never found what happened.
Yeah, I think where that down tree was, I feel it was hiding behind, or it went to hide behind, and then it could have went over the hill and then was out of sight because
where we stopped and went in. You're saying that?
Yeah.
Tree?
Yeah, because I don't think it wasn't running this way. It wasn't, we'd be able to see it once we got around that one tree, but I mean, these things are so stealthy, so fast. And
if we didn't have,
it could have went by, circled us, and was following us up around.
If we didn't have that group of people walk up on us, it might have been different, but whatever.
Much. Hey, it happens, and I'm glad you were there. You could see us in the moment. You kind of hear us kind of excited and nervous, and you actually hear me kind of breathe a little bit because it's intense. You're walking over to a spot where you hear this massive tree crashing down, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, we just walked miles in the woods and nothing happened, and then we get to this one spot about to turn around, and then something happens. Like,
yeah, it's like literally
weird.
We're waiting at this spot, listening. It's like, okay, let's go, and literally go, head right back, and within 2 steps, big crashing sound. It's like, wow. So you guys watch some more videos of I'll have a video of us out there and stuff, and talk a little bit about it. We'll have some separate videos of the knocks that you guys heard today. Got some more videos coming up, some stuff that hasn't really been shown in a while, hasn't been shown at all. Yeah, links in chat. If someone wants to come on, talk about whatever's been going on the last couple shows, or if they want to talk and show the case their evidence, talk about an encounter, they can. If they want to talk about whatever that pertains to the paranormal cryptid community and all that. Let me look for some of this other stuff, because I got to plug in some hard drives. I'm going to try to show some stuff off the hard drives that we have stored away. Just want to make sure that. All right, so this is the one. So this is one that I've shown before, and I'm out here solo camping. This is actually a spot that I hiked in, and actually have footage of basically this stuff I shot a couple years ago, 2 years ago, that never came out, that I never showed anyone, never made a documentary, or didn't really release stuff. We showed a couple clips on the lives once, in the middle of lives, like we're doing now. So stuff that really hasn't been seen, hasn't been released, but we will. And then in this particular clip, I'm set up with my camp, got a fire going, and I'm gathering firewood and stuff right now. And I just put the camera out, and I'm gathering firewood, and I go back to my camp and stuff. So you'll see me going to where my camp's at, and then off in this other direction, you'll actually see some eye shine before I pick up the camera again and start walking back over to the camp, because I have no idea that there's anything right there. I don't hear anything, don't see anything. This entire night, from my perspective at camp, there was nothing that happened until months and months later. Actually, did I happened to go through this footage and just happened to see the eye shine. So we'll skip around to where it's at. So right here. I walk back from the camp. You see my headlamp right there. And so what we're going to be looking for is going to be in the top right corner or middle right, upper right portion of the screen. And I'll be able to pause it, of course. Right there. So right there, right in the middle is eye shine. That is not my camp, not my tent, not my fire. And going back there during the daytime, this is actually there's a path right there. So there's no big trees and stuff. There's a like open path where you can walk down all the way down the row of I don't know what kind of trees they are, but they're like sapling size. They're not sapling size, but yeah, 10 feet tall, 10 to 15 feet tall, kind of sapling trees. And so here is this eye shine that is picked up from the infrared camera that I'm using right there. That I don't see. Of course, I have my headlamp going at the same time, which actually, this, the red one that I can't find anymore. That's, just sprouted legs and walked away, walked out of my box, I guess. Used to pick up eye shine really good. So like it, for whatever reason, I never seen this that night, but the camera picked it up. It's only in a couple frames.
Shined your light on it too, it looked like.
I know, but I don't see it and I don't react to it. And then I go over to my fire. And it's just me camping. And that's it. So there's nothing.
So you're just looking around because you were seeing if anything was out there?
No, my camera was there. I'm gathering firewood. I literally just put it there. I grab a handful of wood or something, and I go back to the camp. Got the gun right there and stuff. Yeah, I put it down. I'm gathering some wood, and I go right back to camp, and then I pick up the camera, and that's it. We're not going to watch this whole thing. It's like 13 or 18 minutes long or something like that, but you can see I just walking around, gathering firewood. And they go back to camp, and then they come back. That's when I pick up the camera. That's where I like, because I got to remember to timestamp this. it is. Yeah, no, I shine the light right on it, but I don't see it, or I'm not looking at it with my eyes. I think I'm looking at it with the camera, but I don't see it. So try to scoot back just a little bit. See it really good right there. Yeah, so I don't know. It's in a squatchy area and stuff, and I wish I would have seen this footage as soon as possible, because I would have went right back out there instead of picking some other spots. But just the name of the game. I'll remove that, and let me actually, I'll just leave that up. Oh, stop. Whatever. All right, let's get the next one. Chat is in the show. The link to come on the show is in the chat. If you guys want to come on, you guys don't have to be shy. I know this show's not so drama filled and stuff. We're not calling out the crybabies and trolls and all the hoaxers and stuff this time, because we're too busy showing off real stuff. Too busy showing off our real stuff for to be busy making storytellers cry.
I'm falling asleep.
This might be a little bit boring for some people. That's fine. And you know,
no, that's not it. I've been up since 5 a.m.
I feel it too. And what I'm saying is this is a bit more mature for audience than just basic ass storytelling and stuff, which you don't know is true or not, or made up on a phone in 5 minutes and stuff. This is hours of dedication of field work and looking through actual data and finding actual findings and stuff. This is not just talking to some random person on a phone who sounds like he has a good story and then regurgitating that back onto you guys. Because there are shows that do that, and they do pretty good, but they're definitely not doing anything of the sort of thing that we are doing. What am I doing right here? Completely wrong menu. Okay. So yeah, I think I got that. What was this? I'm not sure what this is, but we're going to play it.
Kind of sucked, but... No, my SD card was full, but it acted like it was still recording.
Oh, yeah.
So on thermal, what do we look like?
This was going to be from the UP, and I was going to show the tracks that we got right here, actually. And these are pretty impressive, I think.
No, this is not the UP.
Or not, I meant, up north. You know what I meant.
Yeah, I do.
Throwing locations out there, it doesn't matter. Where is it? Where it should be coming up pretty soon. But we actually find a couple different interesting tracks, and what I really find interesting is this 3-digit impression that is just unlike anything else that we looked on this road, up and down this road. So what happened was I woke up early in the morning. We had right there is this impression. Get a little bit better right there. And this is right there. So 3 digits. The thumb is on the bottom or at the right hand side. And so what we were basically finding is some of these tracks and stuff, some of this stuff looked like something that we just reached out in the middle of the road and like touched down with 3 of its digits right there. There were some other prints that we're going to show here in a minute. I actually think I have them right here too. And I can show. Yeah, I do. Sweet. But right here, you can see the thumb digit, the index finger and the middle finger is what I'm guessing off of the left hand of a creature that is standing on the side of the road that reached out and imprinted the road. You know, there is no reason for some of the, like this one, there's no reason for this track, and it's not deer tracks. There's no deer tracks going, you know, above, off the trail, off the road. There's no deer tracks like in line with this at all. And this is just a random spot that this just is imprinted and stuff. And I find it highly fascinating. You know, Rabbit Kreider, he thought this was very interesting. He actually has a little picture diagram of some of the impressions and stuff that he found, and he actually has this exact impression in that diagram, which I thought was kind of funny. You know, this happened a couple years ago, but 2 years ago, I think 2 summers ago. And the activity that we got wasn't very like much. We encountered a bear, like we scared a bear right around this exact spot. And so I was actually looking for, bear sign and stuff, which we actually found some bear tracks and some bear tracks that maybe are Sasquatch tracks. Maybe they're bear tracks. They're kind of in the middle because of how they look. But this is not a bear track. That's for certain. It's just one of those things. Let me get the other ones. So these are some of the impressions that look like a bear, but they didn't have claw marks. They would be impressed down, and you would have the digits impressions, but not claw marks. And this would be from a black bear. And so, like this one right here, there's an impression of the toes, and it does look like a bear track. But at the same time, there's no claw indications, and these tracks looked like it was sitting on the bank on the side of the road, and then one paw into the ground right there, and I think there's another indentation next to it, and then that's it. They didn't cross the road, they didn't shuffle, they didn't scuff. That was it. One impression here, one impression, and it was like it jumped off and got back off of the road. And there was no other impressions and stuff. So there's no claw marks. There's no nothing. I thought it was kind of strange. Some people think it's bears. Some people think, I think Rabbit Kreider commented that he thought it was Sasquatch. It's very interesting, I think, because there's no tracks, going further. And, I'm just thinking a bear, he just was on the side of the road and he just like pounced and like landed on the road, and then he lifted back up and then walked backwards and got off the road again. I mean, it just seems weird how a bear would do that, but at the same time, I didn't see it happen, right? We didn't see it happen. So we do know that there was a bear right in that area though too. So that was another thing. It's like, okay, well, these could be bear tracks, even though it's acting weird and it's not really going onto the road and stuff. We did find some other bear tracks closer by to the spot that we were at where we had the encounter, but I don't think you look like you're about to pass out over there, boy. I think you might be passing out over there.
No, not yet. Well, yeah, but...
All right, so here's some... these look like deer tracks and stuff, which is what I thought at first, but then when you look closely at them, they're finger swooshes in the dirt, because they look like two deer tracks that are on the opposite side of each other, right? But the closer that you look, they're not connected at the very end, and the points at the tips look a little different. That's my assumption. I could be wrong. I found that this is what stuck out of everything that was there. This stuck out because there's no deer tracks going up to this spot or away from the spot. It's just there. And to me, it seemed like potentially there was a Sasquatch or something that was on the side of the road, leaning in on the inside of the road and doing random stuff. And this was a random thing I found. That potential bear track was one, because again, it was off the side of the road, and then it pushed and just made an imprint on the inside of the road, and then just got off the road. Same with the here's another angle of the 3-digit track that we're about to show too, along with footprints, single footprints too, single footprints that, again, there's no track line, there's no nothing, right? So that was that. A little closer, I want to skip that. Let's go to this one. So here is this footprint, just a step, right? Only one. If it was a bear, right? If it was a bear with a double step bear track, there should be a whole trackway just to show. That's not the case. This was one single impression found on the road that, again, it's just there, and then, there's nothing. And there's no impressions of the toes and stuff like the other one. There's no claw markings and stuff like that. A single track. Of course, you can see the size compared to a dollar bill, which I think they're about 6 inches or so, give or take. So it's pretty interesting. And that's why I really started taking pictures of these anomalies, because these are the things that stuck out. There's no trackways going from the stuff that looks like little deer hoofs that are opposite to there's no trackway of this. There's no trackway of the finger impression. There was no trackway of the potential bear prints or Bigfoot prints or anything like that. They all kind of, to me, seemed like it was on the road. It was on the side of the road, on the shoulder, on the grass. It would walk up, make a little imprint or something, and walk up some more, do a little imprint, cross the road, and was on that side, made a little imprint. Because here we have the 3-digit impression, shot at a different angle and stuff. These are pictures. It should rotate and have the dollar bill next to it to show you the size of it too, because right there is not a good representation of how big this thing is. It's actually pretty big. It's not like a human finger, so you can see a dollar right there next to it. It's not the size of a human finger. It's actually pretty wide. Pretty. I wish I would have put the dollar up close to it, but the digits are fat. They're pretty wide. They're pretty long. And so that right there, when I found that, I was like, wow, this is pretty amazing. I don't know what else, it is or it could be. To me, it was digits, and there's no trails of anything else walking up there. There's no track lines. Again, it's just a single impression that it sticks out. That's odd. That, shouldn't really be there. All right. Take that off the stage. So this is some of the stuff that we've got in some of the different areas. All right. So now here's a real juicy clip for you guys. This is unforeseen footage from the 168, the expedition in Florida for the Bigfoot Odyssey documentary, which you can watch. It's called a 168, a Bigfoot Odyssey. And this entire clip is too long. I'm not going to play it all. It's not in the documentary at all. In fact, this was shot at shot the last day, I believe. And in this entire thing, we're just going to kind of skip around just for a second or two. There's actually a potential Bigfoot encounter. And there's basically, we had the camp out at this one spot, or we were all had a fire, Carrie's there. Everyone's basically there. Not everyone, but most of the researchers and main people were there, telling stories and stuff for about 2 hours. And then we packed up and decided to head back to the main camp. Well, on our way back, me and Christopher Noel hang back and start hearing stuff. And it's me, Josh, and Chris and Bobby and some other stragglers that were, because the main group kind of pushed up ahead of us. We kind of were slowly making our way. We started hearing stuff, kind of maybes, but then it kind of really picked up and had potential stuff being thrown at us. We did hear stuff being thrown, thermal hits. So it's actually pretty awesome. And it's never been fully seen by everyone. But we're going to show it, a little bit of it anyways. Because you won't see it anywhere else besides here. So let's play a little bit of it. I should have warned about that. I'm making calls right now.
You're gonna be reenact. Man, you went down into the ditch too, man. You took a tumble. You'll be stored tomorrow morning.
You pop right back up, man.
That was fun.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
So right now is we're right in the middle of the encounter. We're all goofing about. We're all having fun and stuff. You actually heard, I believe, Carrie was making the deeper sounding vocal, and then it was what's his name? I forgot. I just talked to him a couple weeks ago. I forgot his name. Todd. He was making the loud pitch vocal and stuff. So Kara was actually in on it, making some vocals, because this is the last shot. It's like pretty much, we're packed up, ready to go, put the fire out. It's like, if something's gonna happen, this is the time. So let's just call out, be obnoxious. Hopefully something happens. And it's as we're walking back, do we start to hear some stuff?
Thanks. Reflection right this way. Oh, it might have been your light. I thought I saw something moving, independent of it. So hot spot? Try walking over here and part of the see if you see a hot spot. Still can't see it.
Well, let's go walk over there then.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Cow.
back to where we start hearing stuff a little bit. Right about here.
Smell a little something. Like skunk cabbagey? Yeah, I smelled that. What's up, man?
We just started smelling some skunky.
Like
Throwing where he's at.
I'm walking blind. I don't know where it's at. Yeah. Okay.
Just a little taste, guys.
Oh, okay.
I was actually trying to find the spot where Christopher said he thought he heard stuff being thrown, and then where me and Josh actually start going in and engaging. Because at that moment, when I say I'm going in blind, that's when he's on the thermal right now, guiding me in and stuff. So I don't want to show too much more of that. But just a little bit of some of the stuff. And the camera work, yeah, it's a little. That's what the Psionics Aurora looks like at premium conditions and stuff. Actually was really good at that night at that location because it's actually pitch black at night at that spot right there. But the full clip, yeah, basically we're walking, we hear a little something, we smell something, something gets thrown, of course, so then other people start hearing stuff too and walk back towards us and stuff, and we get thermal hits, and we pretty much try to circle that spot right there, and that spot is actually the same spot where me and Christopher Noel had a different encounter the night before, or the night before that, and Mark Zassi posted a little bit about it, where I'm reaching my hand in there with Apple, and me and Chris are trying to communicate with these things. And later that night, there's one that crawls, and I film, and that is the exact same spot that it's all that whole stretch right there. So, with something right there, I want to believe so because of what we smelled, what we hear the night before, what all happened, what I seen, all the history behind there, stuff like that. I think that was all right. So we're done with all those, but it's kind of cool hearing Carrie make some vocals and stuff. It was kind of funny because when we were having that activity right there, we're trying to get Carrie to come back, and he didn't want to come back. He wanted to get back to the truck and go back to the camp, which is fine and stuff because he wasn't quite at the place where he was towards the end, where he was actually out there by himself filming live as stuff's going on around him. In Florida, in that particular time, still he was still going through everything, and he actually did. It did help him being out there and doing this and going out actually to that spot and sitting at that campfire for 2 hours, and it did help him. But that was there. That didn't get included into the documentary because it wasn't really found and stuff. There was so much footage and stuff, and that's one of the clips. That's one of the stuff that wasn't looked through, wasn't properly analyzed, wasn't edited for any documentary. As maybe number 2 would have came out and could have been, and all that. So there's a couple clips like that. There's some solo stuff. I did, I don't have it ready, but some DNA stuff. And I think James is about going to be passing out.
Yeah, I'm pretty close. I had to go splash some water on my face.
I feel it too. I was hoping other people jump on. I mean, I know it's not the, I'm not calling out hoaxers and all that today and stuff, but doing a little bit more serious stuff, evidence, looking at evidence, analyzing evidence, talk about it, what was going on with potential theories behind all this. And, what I really loved showing all this is that, it's possible for you guys to go out there and actually do it and not just take pictures of bushes, but like actually go out there and do real stuff and try. And we're not perfect, we're not everything. We certainly don't go by it 100% as scientifically as possible, as we should and stuff. But, we try to do our best, and that's all we can do. And we try to show you guys evidence and try to prove it and show you guys and be transparent as you can and have integrity about it, to the point to where if our minds change, if we think something's different, or if we think our analysis is wrong and now we need to change it, we'll go back and admit to that stuff. We'll tell you guys or show you in real time, if we're wrong or if our minds change, or we'll just show you the data and let you guys decide, honestly. Okay, so let me what do we have in there? USB. Nope, not that one. And so that's pretty much what we wanted to do this show. It slowed down a little bit. It's going a little slower than I thought, but that's okay. I didn't have all this stuff exactly ready to go in one spot either. I got to jump around and look, but do got some footage of some gators. Show that. Do it without the audio because there's just so much wind and stuff. But you can see right there's a couple big gators in that canal. There's one obviously you can see swimming across, but there's a couple heads. The further you look down that canal, there's a couple heads down there, and that one was pretty big. And it makes me think, when the Sasquatches cross these canals, is there a big battle to the death with these things, with a big massive male crocodile or alligator and an adult Sasquatch or a juvenile Sasquatch? I'm sure it looks a lot easier to go after than and then right here so I don't know who was throwing rocks and down there, but Mark actually goes down there and gets the attention of that guy and another one. But you can see how just by going onto the shoreline that this big daddy will turn around and come right by you. They're not too afraid. There's actually another one, which I kind of see it. It's over on the right there. Mark's looking at him, but there's a little head over there too. Just goes to show you that these things are not afraid to look you up and down and size you up. And so when we're out there, you're out there researching and you're by waterways or you're in the swamps or in the canals and it's after dark and stuff, you know. It's not like Michigan, you know, we don't have to worry about those things. Like, you know, you got to watch out. And that was kind of a whole different thing to worry about and to be in the environment like that, because we were in flooded thickets where it was flooded past the ankles. I had high muck boots on. It was ankle deep water in a flooded thicket after dark, or where the drones, you know, the drone had a heat signature in the middle of this patch of this swampy thicket. So, you know, who's going to run out there? Well, me. I go out there and got some other people that joined up, and then the heat signature moved or wasn't being spotted by the time we got to the spot. And then there was other people spotting different stuff. And but in that flooded thicket, I'm thinking, you know, there could be a gator, you know, 20 feet this way, and I'm not seeing it until I walk pretty much right up on it. And in all environments in North America, you have to watch out. You have to respect the big game. You have to watch and respect all the animals in nature and stuff, you know, because you can slip and fall and the gator's right there. All of a sudden, you know, standing up with a bunch of people, you look pretty scary, falling on your butt, squirming, slipping, trying to get up. Now you look like a nice, easy, tasty meal. And that's one that, especially in Florida and some of those southern states, you guys have to watch out, you know, especially if you're going swamping or you're next to the swamps. You got snakes, you got bugs and spiders and all a bunch of poisonous, venomous stuff, and alligators. So fun time in Florida. All right, so we got oh, that's what I forgot to do. I might actually go do that probably. So go grab this cast. This cast right here that me and Josh, the former member, is about to cast right here. We're actually pretty interesting story.
It's all right. Actually, what I want you to take this bark. Take this piece of bark. Okay, if it got stepped on, it'll have it. And plus, awesome. All right, now we're gonna begin to cast the track.
Hey guys.
What's up?
Did y'all come back through the woods or on the road?
Through the woods.
Found something. He wants to know what route y'all took.
It's kind of hard to say from here, but we had to come up and follow the creek over here. So we're probably 25 yards in that way.
You followed the creek, so you didn't come up the road?
Yeah, we busted through.
Okay, they busted through the woods.
Yeah, we looked. We didn't see nothing back there.
We're gonna use all of the whole plaster Paris, the whole thing. This is all the water we have.
I'm gonna go turn them in. Yep. I'll come out the road with them when they're done.
It don't take much.
Yeah.
Or actually,
So pour one bottle and see what happens.
we'll be okay. It's the three of us. Okay, cool. So we'll walk out together.
Always less.
Okay, copy that. Hey, what are you guys doing over here?
We are making a cast of a track that we found.
What kind of track is it?
Well, it's a suspected Sasquatch skunk
Okay.
ape track. looks pretty good. It looks like it has toes. It's in an area where another track was found a couple weeks earlier by one of the team members here on the Bigfoot Odyssey expedition. I believe Jimmy found it.
Okay.
So in the same area. It looks good. Look, it has toes, a lot of weight to step and smash through.
Yeah.
On it. So we're just mixing this up real quick right now.
Little peek of us basically just casting and stuff. So we actually have that cast right here ready to go. That's what I was forgetting. But so that cast and that track again was not featured in the documentary, even though it was captured and was known about. That this footage and stuff again wasn't found, so it wasn't edited and it wasn't put into the documentary, or I think, multiple documentaries that probably would have came out afterwards because there was a lot more stuff. Luckily, I was filming, and we actually have a couple cast tracks to look at. And so these are this one in particular is not from the 168. This is actually from a different area. This is from Michigan. And this one, unfortunately, some of the debris coming off of it, getting a little dirty. But so this one, of course, doesn't have a very good shape and stuff to it. Although you need to look at it, understand is from here to here is the ball or the knuckles of your toe, ball of your foot. So the toes would be up here and stuff. I actually have video, and I've shown this before. I think I have it on the channel of me finding this single track next to some mud, and I cast it. It was a massive track. And the heel was actually partially in water, so I wasn't able to cast fully the heel. But I do have the video to show that. I can't remember the exact measurements and stuff. I think it was like 9 inches by here by like I think 17.5 inches long, plus the heel was missing and stuff, so even more. One of those found in the area that I researched and stuff that we researched that has a lot of activity, we've had evidence, we've had shown some wood knocks and stuff on here, I think, from the area. Also told some stories. Let me put this over here so I don't break everything and mess everything up. What do we have here next? All right, next, this one was found here in Michigan, southeast Michigan, actually. And right here, I guess it doesn't really show up on camera that well. Doesn't show up camera that well at all. Okay. Well, right here, basically, this section right here was a heel. And the way that this was found was kind of like tilted on a hill at an angle like this. So it was like tilted in and angled like that, where something stepped and broke through some loose ground. And this was after a night of activity where we thought we were hearing some stuff. We found, came across some tracks and stuff, but we found this one that was really imprinted into the ground enough to where we thought, let's cast it because of the toes in the ground. We're looking a lot better than what it is, but you can see how flat it was up there. And you have this in person, you can see this round, this heel. Unfortunately, it's just not picking up on the camera. That's okay. And then we have the last cast that was found at the 168. And that is the cast that I was casting in that video right there. And this one is a lot better, I think. A lot easier to tell. I think, let me get it away from here so people in the Rumble can see it. So right here is the heel. You have a little runoff right here. Up here is the toes. It actually is 3 toes. There's a toe right here. There's a toe right here. There's a toe right there. And this is a 3-toed track. which is why I casted it. I thought I needed to cast it then and there and make sure it was taken out because we had three toes, which is some of the stuff that is found in Florida is 3-toe tracks. Some of the stuff that Dave Shealy has, some of the older accounts. So this was a track that was casted that we found that was on the 168 expedition that wasn't featured in the documentary, but is recognized and stuff. Yeah, so I'm pretty proud of this one. This one actually turned out the best, was the easiest to pour. It took about, I think, an hour to dry enough for me to take it out of there because I didn't want to take the chance. And if you look at this one in person too, it honestly looks really good. You can see the depth to it. You can see these toes so much easier in person and stuff. A lot. I mean, this, you can see the details in this cast a lot better than both of those other casts, to the point to where, you know, you have the foot right here, you have the very width right here, you have the ball, the knuckles right here, and you have the 3-digit toes right there. The only problem I did right there is the heel, and I think I had a little bit of drippage and some over porridge, or didn't pool correctly. But so those are some of the casts that we have here at the Lost Cryptids. That one was at the 168. So there's some evidence that that particular track, I know, has not been seen probably once on this show a couple of years back on the middle of a random live stream. I've been meaning to show that track for a while now, but it's been in storage, and every time I've been meaning to pull it out, I have not been able to do it, but I moved it closer. So, all right, we're going to invite someone to come on from the chat to talk about their evidence, to show their evidence, talk about stories, or anything else pertaining to cryptids, Bigfoot, Dogman, aliens, ghosts, UFOs, paranormal. I got all this leaf debris and dirt on my computer. fresh DNA samples still available. No. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. And we're going to be putting out some more short videos of clips of like that put together, a little bit longer stuff. Got some that solo expedition during the day. I have that coming up. Then probably going to be a part 2 of the night footage, which isn't really much besides the main evidence. So for those of you who want to contact us, contact me personally right there. It's my email, best way to do it. If you want to go on the Facebook page, Facebook group, contact us on there. We also have the links will be in the description and in the description after the show. Link to the PayPal, link to the merchandise store, so you guys can buy some stuff for yourself. Help support us to get real evidence to show you guys, not just stories that we can tell you, but actually stuff we can show you. And it might be boring, it might not be up everyone's cup of tea, you know. It's a little bit more mature for stuff that for people who are actually want to get stuff done, want to move the ball forward and stuff. So stories are cool. Stories are nice. They're really captivating. They're really keep you intrigued and stuff, but there's hardly any substance to them. And when you really want to find the truth and you want to see stuff and evidence, and, you know, you got to get a little bit more beyond that. So that's what we try to do, actually go out there, get stuff, get interactions. And when we hear stuff, try to go over to the spot and try to film. Hopefully something happens. Try to get stuff for you guys. Little donations, little help would definitely go a long way towards getting more evidence for you guys and showing it off, because it's not about just telling a story here. It's about showing you guys that it is really happening out there, and it's really happening to us, and we are really close to getting this stuff more and more on camera and on audio and every other piece of equipment that we take out there. Not like some of these other groups who, don't ever, don't get anything, or, they just tell stories. They don't even go out at all. So, big difference in the type of content we have. It's not for everyone. It's not, we don't focus on the fake storytelling. Like some of the people, and we're not going to get into that, I guess. We're not going to get into that and stuff because that's not what this particular live show is about. But, yeah, so it's hilarious that some of these other guys, the one other dude we're talking the last two live streams, how butthurt they got and drama filled. And like I said, you go from cranky and angry guy to, complaining and bitching about war. And then he wants peace, and then he's crying. He's crying because, he feels bad. And then he's back to being cranky, being grumpy, being angry, to he wants peace, to crying. And then it's a big circle. And I think I told you guys at the very beginning of the show, not last week, but the other week, that it was a cycle and that was going to happen. And it only took, we only did 2 weeks on it, and full 2 weeks, the full cycle happened. So I think that's what we can expect from the Wolf character, is that kind of stuff from him. And is why I pointed that guy out. But we're not really doing that sort of stuff anymore. Although we could very easily call out more people and more shenanigans and stuff. We want to focus a little bit more on showing evidence and stuff. And, the chat's open. So if any one of those trolls and, butthurt people wanted to come on and address their grievances, I mean, it's right there. It's been there. So there's that, but I don't think we'll see any of that. Although I did catch him, and I did make one little video up of him lying about me again, because he can't help but lie because he has nothing else to do. But, maybe I'll show that. I don't know. I got a little bit of time left. Other than that, I think it's the same old, same old. And that's why that's why I didn't make any more videos and stuff, because there's really nothing new to show other than him bitching and complaining and whining about not having enough money, being at war with random people who he says is, he claims these people are retarded, but yet, they're smart enough to make him suffer and get him all every other show to talk about them and to act a fool and stuff. So, it can't be too retarded then. And they're not any better, these other groups, these all the people who is attacking Wolf and stuff, they're not any better, especially if they've actually hoaxed and thrown rocks and all that, which I haven't looked into. But at the same time, if you're always constantly in war with those kind of people all the time who are, as you say, dumb, retarded, maybe even demonic. I don't know. He was going on a rant today or the other day about them being demonic and doing witchcraft and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, yep, this is just, it's what it is. Storytelling. I mean, there's not really much else to cover besides that. It's just bullshit lies and storytelling when we get from that guy and the other side in both. And that's why I called him out, because it's toxic storytelling and it's made up bullshit to go at war and have drama. And every other live stream is I think his therapy session to vent out all the drama that he's dealing with, that he lets happen. So I guess I better subside so he doesn't suffer too much from too many people on all fronts of getting all worked up. But it does definitely sound like some of these other people are a lot more nastier than what I've done. I just showed little clips of him talking, but they actually calling him, racial names or imply racial undertones to stuff like that. Or at least he implies that. I guess I haven't watched Abnormal Investigations or DW or Vault Keeper. He keeps mentioning Vault Keeper, which is coming back. I have not watched their stuff to see if they're really shit talking them that bad and calling them racial names and stuff like that. That would suck and definitely not right. And Wolf. I mean, maybe I'll play the clip. He claims I'm friends with those people and I'm talking to those people in live chats and stuff, which is not happening. And definitely don't want to be associated with those kind of people, right? But the only ones who are making those claims are him, coming from him and his nephews and stuff, making up lies of me saying I talk shit about Dogman encounters and Dogman people, even though I have my own Dogman encounter, because they didn't know that. So there's some of that, which I understand. I've been warned. Actually, people have messaged me. A few people have messaged me warning about Josh and that he's going to spread rumors, and which he already has. And apparently I'm buddies with Vault Keeper now, so that's a new one. Even though Josh was actually friends with him back when they first began, or a couple years ago, back when Vault Keeper was legitimate or something. I don't know. Wasn't in the Dogman community back then like them. So I'm not really sure. I can tell you that I'm not Vault Keeper's friend, and I definitely haven't been talking with them in any live chats. So might just have to pull that video up so you guys know I'm not just making this shit up. But the old drama queen Josh Boo just can't stop lying and making up stuff because, well, I mean, when he attacks me, he calls me a lady beard or bearded lady and all sorts of funny nicknames. I find it hilarious that, coming from him, he says I'm just a channel. And exactly, from my views to compare to his channel, I'm a nobody with nothing, but yet I'm able to get underneath not only his skin, but his whole family's skin, like they all claim, because they've been all butthurt, just by simply showing some videos of some stuff that they've said and putting some little funny emojis and stuff by them. And it's hurt them so much that for the past 2 weeks on their live streams, they've had to make mention of me and lie about me in some sort of way. Saying first, that I'm buddies and friends with Steven Strutford, which I'm not. I don't like that prick. And I'm, then, he's talking to some of my buddies, or they're telling him this and telling him that I was in Steven's group and I'm friends with all of them. Complete lie. I'm not in that group. I'm banned from that group. I'm not friends with any of those people. So it's funny that that's all he got. You can only make up some stories that don't even sound fucking true. And the only people who believe him are all the people that love to eat his regurgitation of stories on there. I mean, that's literally all he does when he says he got to go to work. And he needs money for the show and he needs this. I'm like, for what? Talk stories? I mean, he explains it pretty good. He's building a new house. He got all this stuff coming and going. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't do his sort of stuff. So maybe I don't tell stories. I don't come up with stories. I don't have to worry about having other people on my show to talk about their stories when I go out in the woods and I come up with evidence and try to make real stuff happen. So there's a little bit of that. I know some people have been messaging me and warning me about the other people that he's fighting with, Abnormal Investigations and Darkwater, DW, and all these other names he's mentioned. Vault Keeper and some other people. All these people, I have no idea Well, I mean, I know who they are, but I don't know them personally. I've never talked to them personally, never communicated over the phone and stuff like that. So I'm not really sure why he lies about stuff that he knows is not true or has no way of showing or proving. But all right, so we're gonna probably end the show, I guess, here maybe a couple more minutes. No one's coming on. No one.
I don't think anyone's coming.
No one wants to come on and play. No one wants to tell me I'm wrong about Josh Wolf Turner, which a lot of people in the comments have been, but I think he's having a show right now, actually, with some guests. He does a lot of shows, a lot of, all the time, seems like.
He's got to make that money.
I don't know. He does books and stuff. He's really big into the books and stuff. Yeah. When I finally decide to write a book, I can't wait to decide to write a book of all my own personal encounters and not have to regurgitate what other people have wrote from and their own stories into a book with, my personal opinions on it, because there's, that's all it is. But hey, I'm glad for him. That's good. He actually is a pretty good entrepreneur, businessman. So give him that. Truthful, integrity, honesty, that goes underneath the table when there's money over top of the table being spread around. But, that's my personal opinion, right? I guess I'm going to play this one clip because I'm already talking about him. And he says he doesn't watch my stuff, but if you've watched him bitching and complaining about me, he seems like they watched all of my stuff. And if they start bitching and complaining to me because of this little segment right here, man, they either skipping the whole entire show just to listen to this, or they watch the entire thing, which is funny. All right. Do I have it downloaded yet? Oof, this might be. Let me check. Let me check real quick. That is a picture. Nope. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this off for Rumble, so Rumble can't see. Then I'll go over here to do this, to get this. All right, I think we're good to go from there. Capture window, there we go. All right. Yeah, might as well expose more of his lies. And there's more. I'm sure there's definitely a lot more to look into and get into, but I don't got time to watch all this bullshit. It's convenient that he usually bitches in the first 10 minutes of his programs, of his live shows, so it's pretty predictable to listen to. And
I had been approved to be syndicated. Oh my gosh. It was like Palpatine. You get the anger, the hate flow through. And they just went on and on, all out assault. Now it's been a coordinated effort. Now Vulture is making his reappearance. So congratulations to him. He's come out of retirement, and his wife she's come out swinging, boy. She was going all in on me on that live. I guess she's not worried about anything anymore. Well, neither am I. So yeah, and then she was with Bearded Lady playing around over there. And I got to tell you something though about that. You got to understand something about him. He's a pure Bigfoot, flesh and blood, and he doesn't believe in Dogman. So why are all these Dogman people running over there and being friends with him?
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't believe in it, right?
Oh, no.
No, I mean...
It's like a big joke or something.
Yeah, he makes a big joke out of it.
Anthony was telling me about this.
They think you're stupid or something if you believe in it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I talked to one of his buddies, and he told me, he's like, yeah, I just don't believe in Dogman. And, yeah, I mean, I was talking with Red Dirt Mafia today, which is Mike Bluler. Nice guy, pretty nice guy. He's good friends with Sibylla. Really, she's a good, sweet person. And she did some sketches for him, and I guess they hit like 100 and something thousand views or something, which is, with Sibylla, it's legit, And he said, man, the trolls, the hate, and I said, yeah, that's part of it. But he's beefing with this one guy who's best friends with that dude, Blake Dusher. I'm not joking. That's his name, Blake Dusher.
That's your name. You shouldn't be throwing stones, man.
Yeah. So what happens is these guys, they don't believe in Dogman at all. So if you're a Dogman person, why are you over there
Your audio cut out.
So yeah, that's my last name. He's not really saying it right, but it's not as basic as Turner. That's how childish it is. He's resorting to you using your last name against you because it sounds different. Or it's all childish lies. So first, I guess I'm on Vault Keeper's girlfriend's live chat or Vault Keeper's live chat. Supposedly I'm in the chat, buddies with them, talking shit about Josh or something. I would love to see that. I would love to see that from anyone. So childish lie that he makes up for no reason other than he needs to bitch and complain about me and attack me. But he doesn't have anything besides calling me bearded lady because my beard's different than his, or my last name's different than his. And then Anthony and Tony, the nephews, said that he's seen me bitching and complaining or making funny of it. Of course, and Tony says, yeah, Anthony's told me. Please, if you guys can find any clip, I have a bunch of live shows. I'm not sure how many they've watched to find out this information. When have I ever made fun of Dogman people for believing in Dogman? If you can find the clip, I would love to find it. Love to see it. Love to hear about it. But apparently I make the big joke about it and all of that. They didn't know I had my own Dogman encounter, though. See, that's the problem. Is they thought I was just a Bigfoot guy and not I had my own Dogman encounter. So now they're going to have to flip the script and just bitch about something else because they don't know anything and they're just making up childish lies because their audience believes everything that they say, because to the audience, those guys are men of integrity, of honesty. They don't lie, and they talk about God a lot, and he cries on the show and does prayers and he does a big circle when it comes to warring with people. And he's very childish. He lies about bullshit. They all lie. And that's why I showed the clip, because they're lying about me. Josh lies about me being in Vault Keeper's chat. And Mr. Anthony and Tony, or whatever bimbos they are lying about me making fun of Dogman people on the show or in some chat group or wherever the fuck they pulled that off their fucking ass with. And that's the lies that are believed and stuff. And I don't care. That's not true. It just shows what kind of characters are. And the people, and that's what they do. So if they'll do that with me, little old me, who, like he said in all of his chats, that I don't matter to him. He shouldn't be giving me, or any of us people shouldn't be giving me air to breathe, but he's the one giving me air to breathe, supposedly. He can't do nothing but make up lies. talk shit, tell stories, and then bitch and complain and say, I go to the gym and I work out, to sit on his ass and tell stories. I'm not sure why he needs all that money to pay for his new house and all this other stuff just to tell stories. That's cool. I mean, you know, we go out in the woods, you know, we go and actually apply ourselves physically and not just tell stories. So that's a pretty big lie, I would have to say, that they're introducing. Actually want to show that one more time. Just to show you guys, just for you guys to listen and just understand that the shit that comes out of Wolf's mouth and the whole buddy family gang over there, whatever, everyone on the podcast, if they'll lie about simple bullshit things like me and being with Vault and making fun of people, that's not true. Don't you think that they probably are going to be making up bullshit when it comes to the actual stories that makes them fucking money? No, they only lie about the small bullshit things when they're fighting with people. They would never lie about the stuff that actually makes their channel money and views and subscriptions and all that. No. Full integrity and stuff like that. They only lie when they're upset at people, bitching and complaining about people who they have no clue about. And I mean, that's it. Nothing.
That I had been approved to be syndicated. Oh my gosh. It was like Palpatine. You get the anger, the hate flow through, and they just went on and on all out assault. Now it's been a coordinated effort. Now Vulture is making his reappearance. So congratulations to him. He's come out of retirement, and his wife she's come out swinging. Boy, she was going all in on me on that live. I guess she's not worried about anything anymore. Well, neither am I. So yeah, and then she was with Bearded Lady playing around over there. And I got to tell you,
Your mic's not working again.
Getting it off for Rumble. Yeah, so right there. Apparently I'm in the chat of Vault Keeper with his girlfriend or his girlfriend's chat, whatever. Easy enough to find out, to prove if he's lying or not, right? Or if I'm lying, right? You think I'm full of shit, right? You go over there. You don't even have to watch the fucking show. You can just scroll, skip around, and look at the live chat. Yeah, hopefully he has a live chat still up. That could be a problem if it doesn't have a live chat up, though. But this guy's full of shit. Full of shit. Claims that I'm in there talking shit about him. That's what he wants. That's what he wishes. That's what he wants to convey to his fans because he's the victim. Well, he's lying right there. There's one. I think it's pretty easy to point out the lies.
something though about that. You got to understand something about him. He's a pure Bigfoot, flesh and blood, and he doesn't believe in Dogman. So why are all these Dogman people running over there and being friends with him?
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't believe in it, right?
Oh. No.
No, I mean...
It's like a big joke or something.
Yeah, he makes a big joke out of it.
Anthony was telling me about this.
They think you're stupid or something if you believe in it.
Yeah.
Where? You know when Josh looks at them and says he doesn't believe in that, right? Right? When they answer with him. They don't fucking know. That's on the spot answering They don't know. They're just pulling it out their fucking ass. They just assume that's what they want, right? And then, you know, of course, Anthony supposedly seen me do something I didn't do, and then Tony says that oh yeah, I remember you telling me that. All three just lied right there. All three of them just fucking lied, whether they really meant to or not, whether they you know, it just happened. I don't give a fuck. They all three lied. Pretty easy to show. It's funny that they can't show any, and they won't. They would never show it, but they can't show what they said right here in this clip. While, you know, what am I supposed to do? Go over there in Vault's clip and go look for myself in the chat? I gotta go look at my own live streams and figure out when did I make a big joke about it? Must be recently, because they would only watch the recent stuff, right? I'm a little confused.
Yeah, because I talked to one of his buddies, and he told me, he's like, yeah, I just don't believe in Dogman.
What buddy? I don't have much buddies. What buddy? Are you talking to this guy, James? Come on now. You talking to this guy?
What happened?
He said he's talking to my buddy. Are you talking to him? He's a joke. This guy's a joke. He's lying on the spot. He's making up shit just on the lie. He's making up shit just to lie, just to rant about me, really, because he doesn't have anything else to rant about of me. So he has to make up shit.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with Red Dirt Mafia today, which is Mike Bluler. Nice guy, pretty nice guy. He's good friends with Sibylla. Really, she's a good, sweet person. And she did some sketches for him, and I guess they hit like 100 and something thousand views or something, which is, you know, with Sibylla, it's legit, you know. And he said, man, the trolls, the hate, you know, and I said, yeah, that's part of it. But he's beefing with this one guy who's best friends with that dude, Blake Dusher. I'm not joking. That's his name, Blake Dusher.
That's my name. That's right. I'm not sure who he's talking about. I'm not sure if he's talking about Red Creek Mafia. He said it was a different name. I don't think he has that many views on one of his videos. Maybe he does. Is he talking about Red Creek Mafia and Brent from the Tall Ones? Is he talking about that? I mean, I wouldn't consider Brent my bestest friend, a best friend, I would say. So, you know, he's exaggerating there. Maybe he's not lying. He's exaggerating. I'm not sure if that's Red Creek Mafia he's talking about in that situation, or if it's a totally different guy and a totally different other made-up buddy of mine, and he's just saying that. I'm not quite sure in this one. I would have to say maybe he's talking about Brent, just to give it to him, and he's over-exaggerating just a tad, just a big tad, but now he has to make fun of my name because it's not as cool as Turner.
You shouldn't be throwing stones, man.
Yeah. So what happens is these guys, they don't believe in Dogman at all. So if you're a Dogman person, why are you over there?
Hey, man, they're always the ones wanted to fight. He was talking about wanted to fight in the alley, so I just thought I'd put that there. Because it's cute and it's hilarious. I just think it's funny. That's why I just think it's a joke, because this is how he acts all the time. It's a circle. So he'll act like that. And then the next time he'll say, you know, he want peace, and, you know, he's not this type of person. And then he'll start crying over stuff. And then he'll say, you know, he's sorry. He'll try to act better. And then the next show, he'll be back to bitching and complaining and being grumpy. And then he'll try to seek peace. Because he's in war. I don't fucking know. Turn off your fucking phone. Black people on your stream. You know, when at a certain point when you're so much popular and you have so many people in your live chat and stream, you know, it's a headache to block all the people and trolls and make new accounts and stuff. Well, what do you think is going to happen? You get to 100,000. You know, what if you get to 1 million? You know, seems like that's what happens when you get more and more and more and more. It's hard to control the chat. It's hard to do that sort of stuff, but this intense suffering that him and his wife are, well, it's hard to say. He's bitching and complaining, and he's big and bad, but then he's suffering, he's complaining, That's usually after he forgives people first. He forgives people, then he's suffering and complaining. Suffering, and he's sad. And he warns that, he has other members of his family and brothers and stuff, you don't want them involved because they're not like me, type of bullshit. It's a nice con, it's a nice scam, it's good storytelling for people who love to eat the regurgitated bullshit. But in reality, of going out there and get stuff done, it's bullshit. It means nothing. It's fucking storytelling. It's like keyboard warrior stuff. Like, it's keyboard drama stuff. Like, he's suffering from people over the keyboard typing, and they're all suffering and acting like, their lives are all you shut the phone off. You block some people. You can stop watching those channels. And, he started it first. And some childish shit coming from a guy who's, 300 pounds or whatever. And, goes to the gym every other day and looks like a sack of potatoes. That's fine. If that's what gets subscribers and all that, I'm okay with being a small channel. I'm okay with where I'm at. I'm okay with the people who watch my channel. I'm okay with that quality of people. I don't give a crap about the quantity of people who listen to a story coming from that guy. Like, he doesn't go out. He doesn't get his own evidence. He doesn't do his own research other than, I read what other people wrote. I read what other people have done. I've read what other people have encountered. I did all that too for a lot of years, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna encounter it myself. I want to experience it myself. I don't want to read in a book and guess. I want to experience it myself and be flat out in the middle of it, and then be puzzled. But at least I know, and it's in front of me, and it's reality. It's not thought coming from a book or something I read or something I heard. So I think we'll see more bitching and complaining about me. I don't really think there's anything else to talk about with him. He might say some more shit, more lies, but in the end, that's all he's going to do is bitch and complain and call me bearded lady. I have long hair. I don't think he knew that. Let my hair down. Maybe a lot of you guys didn't know that. I actually got some long hair. I'll tell you a little something. After my mom passed away at 13, I used to grow my hair out long and, would donate it to Locks of Love. So you can make fun of me for that, I guess. That's fine. I have long hair. Doesn't change much. Well, we're at 3 hours, James. I know you're barely awake. I'm surprised you didn't drop off. I was expecting you just to be.
I splashed some water in my face and it woke me up a little bit, so that's why I'm still awake.
Nice. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it, and yeah. That's about it. I think that's everything we're going to show. No one's in chat. No one of over there and Wolf's little puppies wanted to join us, or anyone. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's all tongue in cheek and stuff, really. Everyone, especially with him, everyone I called out, he takes it to a whole nother level. He actually thinks he thinks I hate this guy, or at least other people. He thinks the other people hate him, and they probably do. They might. I definitely don't hate him. I think it's hilarious that he does what he does. He's a hoax. I wouldn't say he's a hoaxer, but he's a storyteller. There's as much truth in that as there's much fiction in that, and I think it's about 50-50, if I'm going to be honest. So, some of the shit he says probably comes from a good, true source, and some of the shit he says doesn't come from a good source. Maybe comes from his own back pocket phone, Chat GPT. Tell me a story in 5 seconds. Well, and that's fine. Everyone has their own channel and does their own thing, and everyone, the basic thing, everyone's intrigued by it, right? Everyone gets into it, even if the stories are false and fake, right? There ain't much knowledge to be gained from stories, really. There's knowledge and stuff to be gained from evidence, from actual encounters, from stuff that's filmed, from real researchers who actually go out there and experience this stuff to bring people like him stories so he can survive on. So yeah, if there's anything else anyone else wants to say, and there might be some people in the comments afterwards calling me out saying, why didn't you say this or say that? I don't know. You weren't here to remind me, I guess. What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to comment on? The only thing I wanted you guys to do is look at the videos and listen to what the fuck he says and figure and just come up with your own brain and think, is he telling a fucking tall tale story or is he telling the truth? Right. Well, and he's not the only one, I should call out all the other people he goes to war with, like Vault Keeper. He's a known grifter, hoaxer. He says he was Chris Kyle's pallbearer, lifted him, one of the 6 men to lift his casket to the grave type of bullshit. So he's well known to be grifter and bullshit con artist and drama and all this. What I didn't know is him and Josh used to be buddies back in the day, or of course when everything blew up and before Vault was telling all the crazy ass stories, when he was cool and legit, back when the Dogman world was smaller, tight-knit community, before all the drama fests happened. They were all buddies, all of them, all buddies together and stuff. Now they're all enemies at war. I think that just says everything about all of them, honestly. Probably all bullshit storytellers. Especially if they don't got no evidence to show for themselves and stuff, And not everyone could go out there and do it. It's a lot easier to sit at home and tell stories, but that was one complaint. Is I didn't go after the other side. I should have investigated and expose the other side. Well, apparently there's plenty and stuff, so wouldn't be that hard. All right. Well, that's enough of that. If you guys would like to donate and help actual real research, find real evidence to present to you guys, and not just tell stories and not bitch and complain about, suffering that we might have to go behind a paywall or shut down completely, or we're not able to function because some other person across the world on their little keyboard upset me, and so I have to shut down my shows and my channels. We're not really so fickle and weak here, so we're more valued and we more try to go after the evidence. And so when we're out in the middle of the woods and we hear something crashing and something actually scares us and actually reality hits, these little keyboard warriors or little Joshy Poo bitching and complaining, it doesn't compare at all. So I have a hard time comprehending the war that Josh says that he's always in and does, and the suffering that happens because of that. Because if he goes out there and experiences the stuff me and James experiences, even in the daytime, I'm sure he'll be shitting his pants crying and wishing he's never left his little studio that he pays for. So I don't think any amount of time in the gym is going to help with that either. All right, but we'll have the links to donate for real evidence and stuff. And the first thing that we would be getting is new audio setup to be put out there 24/7 and more and stuff. We need quite a bit more audio setups and stuff to be in not only in that area, but different spots. And the sky's the limit, if you guys want actual evidence and actual. So here's another thing I'll just bring up. I think this is an idea of, Vault Keeper and maybe Dark Waters and some of the other dogman groups, right? They wanted to have a big old live stream game cameras or video cameras out in the field and stuff, right? And they got a bunch of donations, and that never happened, right? You guys, they all got a bunch of money, wanted a bunch of money for live streaming of game cameras, or you could watch a channel and it was just live streaming different stuff like that. Well, there's a big difference between when they and Josh and all those kind of people ask for your donations and nothing comes of it. And there's a big difference between those people and us when we get donations and if we could get as much of them too. Our laid out plan is to do audio and stuff. So it's not going to be live and stuff, but we're going to have audio and stuff that we're going to just upload constantly to YouTube and stuff so you guys to view. And if it was possible to do live broadcasting and stuff, I would certainly look into it and be able to do it. But unlike them, your money won't go to waste. It won't disappear to thin air, but actually will be bought with equipment to be shown to you and then put out into the field like real researchers do, like what real research is needed to find the truth of Dogman, Bigfoot, or these other cryptids. So when we talk about getting evidence, getting gear, getting donations and stuff, it's not like the Ponzi schemes like they've done in the past with there's nothing. There's nothing. So you guys can give all the donations you want to Josh and all these other people and have him bitch and complain that he ain't getting enough donations, and while he's building his new house and he's doing all these other projects and stuff like that. No mention of actual research. Here, it's nothing but dedicated equipment to go and research the best way, the most efficient way, and to give you guys all of it back. So, at least if you give money to us and donate, you have a return of getting actual evidence and stuff. When you give money to Josh, I don't know what you guys get, more stories. That's my opinion. Maybe yours is different. Maybe you value that sort of words, talking. Maybe you value stories before bedtime. By all means, go ahead. But if you value real research with real researchers and you want real evidence, bigger and better stuff, then you need to donate to real people who go out there, not sit on their ass all the time and tell you a story, tell you other people's story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I love. That's why I just, Josh can make fun of my name all he wants and get all whatever. He doesn't even go out in the woods and do anything. And he bitches and complains about money and he, pays for a studio and he sits there and tells stories and doesn't go out and do anything. Doesn't go out researching, doesn't go investigate himself, doesn't do anything. That's a Ponzi scheme. That's a con artist. That is a waste of money. What are you donating for? For a dude to sit on his butt and tell you stories? Okay. That's why real research isn't being done. That's why real researchers aren't being funded the right way, because y'all are throwing your money at nobodies because they talk nice. They tell a good story. Bunch of bullshit. All right, we're playing the outro. We're out of here, guys. If you like that, if you like this live stream, go watch my Dogman encounter. It's only like 6 minutes long. It's very quick, very short, very abrupt. It would definitely help the channel out. Watch that. We'll be having a couple more videos this week, a short 2, and maybe some longer videos depending on how the editing process works. All right, James, take it easy. Appreciate everyone in chat. God bless, and we'll see you later.